What's up, folks? Zaguaroe here, kicking off our second stream as a VTuber. Gonna keep the oh, background's just a little bit louder than I meant for it to be. That's fine. Okay, yeah, kicking off the second stream. Expecting this to probably be a lot like the first stream, where not gonna have anybody pop in, most likely not gonna pick up any followers or viewers, but we want to keep it going like a normal stream, get back in the swing of things. Like I mentioned in my first one, I have streamed before, it's not as a VTuber, but it was years and years ago, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. If anyone is watching this from a VOD or does happen to be popping in somehow, great to have you here. Feel free to say hello. I am going to eventually upload all the VODs to YouTube for posterity's sake. Just down the line, go back and watch them, see how things went. But if this is the first one you're seeing, check out the previous one, because that's where I kind of talk a lot about my backstory a bit and my history of streaming. And I guess I didn't talk about too much about who I really am and that kind of stuff. But I don't want to spend 20 minutes talking before jumping into a game like I did before. Goal today is just to get through one case in Ace Attorney and keep practicing pronunciation, making sure we're speaking clearly as we're reading the stuff going on, and getting back into the hang of articulating our thoughts for an audience as hopefully we develop one. But that's gonna do it for the intro. Go ahead and launch the game and we'll just jump straight into it. I might need to recalibrate my webcam. I think my model is defaulting to frowning for some reason. Maybe not. Looks a little bit different. Okay. Always starts so small. There we go. Let's get ourselves back in the corner here. Pause our background music. A little bit bigger. Oh, it's right there. That looks good. A little bit. I think that looks good. Okay. Turn down my headphones a little bit because this game is loud for no reason. So I've had to turn down like the secondary audio for, purposes. We're going to pick up basically exactly where we left off. We are in the second game, Justice for All, and we're about to start episode 2. This is going to have the intro to investigation, which is pretty simple. I'm not expecting anything crazy here. The one thing, the plan is to go for this entire case. That was no accident. I know the sounds are a little bit quiet, and then like the background music is louder. I can't really do anything about that, unfortunately. I was murdered by that person. Yeah, we're going to try to do this entire case. Hopefully it takes like 2 to 3 hours. If it ends up like going too long past through, we might have to stop. The one to be did not. She was missing a shoe. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Any? It'll be Eenie. Finally get to see you. Oh, hold on. My OBS is being a little bit weird. Why did my bitrate just plummet? I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll assume it's fine. I finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. She's getting accused of murder again like she did in the first game. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. Can't believe something like this happened. I think this is technically a flashback, because in the first case we talked about how we got reintroduced to Maya. So the events of the gloomy rainy afternoon that started this whole mess. I feel like this is a flashback from after the first case. Keep playing through my mind. June 16th, 3:34 p.m. Brighton Co offices. Pressing rain. You understand how depressed that makes me, do you? I guess. But actually, more than impressed, I'm angry. Angry at that weather girl on TV. I think our little rainy spell... Wait, I think our little rainy spell will take a break with the day of sun. Is what that girl said, I'd stake my life on it. Well, it's the weather. But that's why I didn't bother to bring an umbrella today. What nerve, calling herself a weather girl. She's going to hear about my $1,500 suit. About your case? Unless you're planning on suing the weather girl. I'm sorry. I thought that before we got down to business, we could have some friendly chatter. My name is Dr. Turner Gray, I'm a surgeon. Remind me never to end up under his knife. I'm here today because of this incident. Sorry, adjusting my mic a little bit. I think it was out of place. I'm here today because of this incident. Malpractice at Gray's Surgical Clinic. 14 inpatients lose their lives. That's a lot. Oh, you're the doctor at... It's really quite upsetting. Did you hear me? Upsetting. Yes, I heard you. I agree, it's quite upsetting, Dr. Gray. The one that screwed up was that nurse. It was her that got the medications mixed up and killed those 14 patients. That's pretty bad, and yet, now listen good, and yet, the nurse had the nerve to go and die before admitting to her wrongdoing. She didn't even offer any sort of explanation to me, and this is the kicker. She up and has herself a grand old accident and crashes her car. Smash crunch, instantly transforming her car into the accordion model. It's kind of harsh. That's right, about a year ago, all the tabloid shows were talking about it. 14 victims of medical malpractice and the nurse's mysterious fatal accident. The rumors Dr. Gray had actually caused that crash. That'd be a bad thing to do. People said it was to forever hide the person responsible for the malpractice incident. Why would I? Now, I'm just going to say this one, sorry. That looked weird to me. Why on earth would I want to kill that nurse? She's the one who killed those 14 patients, not me. I think you need to take a deep breath, doctor, and focus. More to the point, this case is over a year old. Why bring it up now? That's simple, because the situation is slipping out of my grasp. This just won't do. My clinic isn't seeing nearly as many patients nowadays. Do you understand what that means? It means they're not coming to my clinic. You don't say. If it were me, I don't think I'd want to go either. So, what would you like me to do about it? I want you to help me prove I'm innocent. You do realize I'm a lawyer, not a private investigator, right? No, this is something only you can do. Question mark. Maya Fey. You know this girl, correct? Maya? Why would he know her name? I heard you were working under her for a little while. Well, yes, I mean, hey, wait a second here. I worked under her. Yes, am I wrong? She told me, so I'm not quite sure if... Well, we worked a few trials together. But she went back to her hometown to undergo more training. Ah, yes, I heard. It must be lonely for you. What? Wait, I'm not. She must be an extraordinary girl to handle such rigid training. Huh? I have an acquaintance who knows a lot about these mystical sorts of things. She's the one who introduced me to Miss Fey. Is Maya really that famous? I've already set up an appointment. For what? What else? A channeling. I'm going to have her call the spirit of that nurse that went and got herself killed. Oh. Maya. I wonder what she's up to right now. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. That's what she told me. I guess she's learned to accept her responsibilities and become an adult. Not counting training, this will be her first time channeling a spirit, so she gave me one condition before accepting my request. A condition? The condition is you, Mr. Wright. She said she wouldn't do the channeling without first seeing you again. Me? And that is why I've searched you out. You want to see her too, don't you? As I recall, there's a weird age difference, right? It's not supposed to be like a romantic thing, is it? And so, that is how I ended up visiting Maya's hometown with the doctor. June 19th, 1:25 p.m., Kurain Village. This is Kurain Village, Maya's hometown. Weird bird noises. Why, hello there. One odd little girl. Hey, wait up, Pearly. Someone else is coming this way. Nick. Maya, how are you? It's good to see you again. Oh, I didn't think you'd really show up. It's not that big a deal. You made it sound like you were so far away. Well, maybe I exaggerated. Just a little. It was only 2 hours by train. If I'd known you were this close, I'd visited more. No, you're not allowed. I already decided, you know? Until I become an adult, I have to work hard and be strong by myself. Oh, well, anyway, congratulations. I'm glad to hear training is going well for you. Heh heh. We'll examine her. Biggest, most elegant of the buildings I can see from here. This is Fade Manor, the place Maya calls home. It's easy to be overwhelmed by its presence. I was trying to remember the actual control. So it's anything that's yellow. And because I'm playing with a mouse instead of just doing the keyboard movement thing, I have to like click twice. Okay, rustic thatched roof houses where the other villagers live on the street. They're nowhere near as large or as nice as the manor in front of me. It's kind of odd that I don't see any of the other villagers walking around though. So the thing is, you drag this around, and then if it's yellow, it's something you haven't looked. If it's got the check you've looked at, if it doesn't have a check, you haven't. So simple enough. A giant rock would seem to be reaching for the sky. Its origins are written on a beat-up old sign. It looks like this giant rock is called the Crane Boulder. There's a really complex explanation written here, but long story short, it's a big stone for spirits to live in, or something like that. An old bus stop. It says Crane Village on the signpost. The buses seem incredibly inconvenient since they only come 3 times a day. I'm guessing like it's supposed to teach me this, but I'm just doing it on my own. It's a phone booth. It's an old style phone booth. I can't say it fits in with this area too well. My cell phone doesn't get reception up here, so who knows, I may need it later. Anything else? Nope. I'm assuming I was just supposed to talk to her, then she was gonna like walk me through investigation stuff. Looks like you've finally become a full-fledged medium, taking on your first job. Yeah, I didn't think it would be this soon. But this case, do you know the messy story behind it? Ha ha ha, behold the power of the Maya Intelligence Network. Let's see, 14 people died because of malpractice on Dr. Gray's part, right? And to pin the blame on the nurse, he killed her in what appeared to be a car accident. Huh? So what is this Maya Intelligence Network anyway? The tabloids. That's what I thought. Ha ha ha. I'm just pulling your leg, Nick. What really happened is the exact opposite. I heard all about it from Dr. Gray. Oh, come on, Nick. I wouldn't take a crazy killer as a client. That's too scary even for me. Yeah, I guess so. So, this is your hometown, huh, Maya? Yep. Rain Village, but I've heard people call this place Medium Valley. 2. I stopped reading too fast. Interesting. So everyone that lives here is a spirit medium? Pretty much. Most of my ancestors were too, I think. That's probably true since the Fae ability to communicate with the dead is so strong. Actually, only the women of this village are mediums. So what do the men do? They usually work someplace outside the village. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about that girl I saw earlier. Do you know her? What do you mean, Pearly? Pearly? Pearl Faye, she's my cousin. Isn't she adorable? Just like yours truly. Cousin, wait. And that means, is she also a... Yep, she's a medium too. Pearly's a real genius when it comes to channeling. I see. Hope I didn't scare her when I tried to talk to her earlier. No, it's not you. My aunt drilled it into her head that if a suspicious looking person tries to talk to you, run away. Suspicious looking? Well, you're not wearing training clothes for starters. Of course not. Pearly's my aunt's most valuable treasure, so she's not allowed to go outside the town. She doesn't know much about the world outside of Korean Village. Aunt? Pearl's mother is my aunt, duh. Come on, Nick. Well, Nick, I've got to get going. It's about time for the channeling to start. Oh, yeah. I'm doing the channeling in my house, so come on in, okay? After I'm done, we can grill up some juicy burgers. Alright, good luck, Maya. Thanks. Well, at least she's still the same perky Maya. So we already examined everything, right? Yep. What do we have? Our badge. Pearl is 8. Dr. Turner's 30. He's only 35. That's an old 35. And Maya's 18. Okay. I don't remember how old Phoenix Wright is. To the meditation room. June 19th, Fay Manor meditation room. Ah, Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you showed. Some nice weather we're having today. Aren't you happy? No, not at all. That stupid weather girl made the wrong call again. It will rain cats and dogs today, she said with a straight face. I can't believe they allow such misguided reports on the public airwaves. Well, you're pretty far away. What should be a different weather girl? Looks like talking about the weather with this guy is just asking for punishment. But anyway, this is a splendid manner. No argument there. Sorry, scratch me. What does that do to my... Makes it look like I'm waking. Okay. No argument there. It's hard to believe this is Maya's house, though. I was given a guide map to this building. Here, Mr. Wright, I have a copy for you, too. Diagram of Fay Manor. Wow. Let's look at it. Meditation room, channeling room, winding way, side room, Fay Manor guide map portion. Let's examine him. Oh, sorry, you're not examining the person. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's one in English. It says, 100 ways to save money. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. Door. The door that leads to the channeling chamber, the place where spirits and people meet. The iron in this door is tempered, making it very solid. That's probably going to come into play later. It looks like there's a strong lock on this door to top it off. Someone with a lot of skill wrote these 4 Chinese characters with a brush. Oh look, here's a translation. Once in a lifetime. Its message is people should value their ghostly meetings as once in a lifetime chances. Anything else? Can't look at those. This door leads out to the winding way. The weather outside looks really nice. Anything else? Nope. Okay. We'll talk to him about today's channeling. What are you going to do once the nurse's spirit has been called? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to have her write a signed confession. A signed confession? Yes, a confession. Pay attention. I'll have her write this. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died due to my negligence. And then, on May 24th, I fell asleep at the wheel and died in a car accident due to my further negligence. I'm sorry and I apologize for being negligent. That's what I'll have her write. With a confession, the rain falling on my soul can finally stop. Oh, I see. So, how did you hear about Maya Fey? I heard about her from an acquaintance, a girl studying the occult at the college. Is that the girl we ran into the first one? The girl introduced me to this village. It's the home of the Korean School of Channeling. The home, huh? Miss Maya is a daughter of the master, I hear. Master? Anyway, do you see that door? That's the room where people and spirits meet. Miss Maya's aunt is in there right now. Would you care to meet her? Sure. No, we're going to go to the winding way first. Are we allowed to just kind of explore around? Going to the winding way. Wow, this garden is really breathtaking. Someone put a lot of love into it. What is that over there? Is that an incinerator? It looks a little out of place in a garden like this. Preemptively looking at stuff. Uh-oh, a vase that was broken is now repaired? That's shady. It's a really old urn. The ashes of a person long dead are inside. It looks like something with a long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting. So time to move on. Except it's broken. I guess that'll probably come into play later when we look at that and it'll matter. Looks like there's a room over there too. A peaceful feeling is emanating from it. Small incinerator. I don't think garbage trucks come all the way out here to tiny villages like this. So every family has to burn their own trash. Anything else? Nice little kind of a splendid garden with a small lamp and traditional decorations. It's a bit small to walk around in. Although the incinerator piques my curiosity. Man, I wonder if that incinerator is going to matter at some point. Anything else? Nope. So I can't use my keyboard as well. I think it's easier just to drag it with the mouse, but okay. Move. Side room. So this is the side room. Looks like it's more of a break room. There's bedding spread out on the floor. It looks like someone's sleeping in one. I shouldn't disturb them. Man, I sure hope it's not a dead body. There's bang. Okay. Is that someone sleeping in one over there? She's probably exhausted, maybe taking a break and catching some Z's. If I wake her up, she might be grumpy and throw a spell on me. It's probably a good idea not to disturb her sleep. She's dead. She's clearly dead. Small alcove, I have no idea what it's supposed to mean or symbolize. If I had one of these in the office, it would end up as a storage space. But here, it's decorated with some pretty flowers and a beautiful hanging scroll. It's a decorative wooden bear sculpture. There's a plate attached to the base. Crane Village, the heart of channeling. What the? It's a souvenir? Does this mean it's easy to spot bears here? And for them to spot you? Gulp. Anything else in here? I guess the door. This is the first time I've seen a sliding door like this in person. From here, I can see the winding way and the little garden in the courtyard. Okay. We'll come back for this dead body later. Into the channeling chamber we go. June 19th, Fey Manor Channeling Chamber. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. I'll have to check later to see how NVIDIA broadcasts with its non-voice cancellation treats these. I'm assuming it still treats it like I'm talking. I didn't look over quick enough to see if the mic picked it up, but that's okay. Okay. Oh, it's such a strange atmosphere in here. These flickering lights, I guess they're candles. Good sir, who might you be? Ah, my name is Phoenix, right? Oh, you must be that good sir. Good sir, is she talking about me? You are a lawyer, are you not? Good sir? I have heard much about you from Mystic Maya. Is that so? Mystic Maya. And Mystic Maya's aunt, Morgan Fay. That's a interesting name. Nice to meet you. I want to speak with you about a certain incident, good sir. It seemed that perhaps you asked too much of Mystic Maya in performing your duties. Well, it's unbecoming, I'm afraid. Huh? Don't tell me you've already forgotten. That if it was not... that was it not for Mystic Maya and her assistants, you would surely not have won. First a girl that runs away, and now an old lady who says I stink at doing my job. When did I become the poster boy for how not to make a first impression? The past is the past, though. Let us speak of the present for now. Ah, thank you. Let's examine this room first. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it is, it feels very important. A mirror-like object with a cloudy reflective surface. Some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. But sir, I wonder if you'd please not touch the sacred objects. These objects are being offered to the spirits. If you were to touch them, good sir, they would become cursed. Yes, cursed. You really didn't have to talk down to me. I'm not that much of an idiot. This folding screen is really showing its age. All its edges are a bit tattered. The lettering is fading too. I think I recognize a few of the characters on here. Ku, Rain. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Maybe I'll ask Maya about it later. Anything else? Other than that, this is where the medium sits, I assume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. The straw in the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. Anything else to look at? No. Okay. Let's talk to her. So, why do you add Mystic to Maya's name? Isn't that a little strange? Good sir! Yes. How dare you be so rude and disrespectful towards Mystic Maya? I'm sorry. She must be addressed by her proper title, good sir. You must call her Mystic Maya. So about Mystic Maya, it is the blood. Excuse me? Blood? Mystic Maya carries the blood of the Master. In actuality, she's the only one remaining. Only one remaining? What's that supposed to mean? Well, of the main family, she is the last surviving child because the other sister died. Sorry. That's what it looks like when I take a drink. Well, one remaining. Okay, yep. Mystic Maya is the last of the rightful heirs of the crane channeling technique. Okay, then where do you stand? That's a little more complicated. Although a woman of the Fae clan, I'm merely a member of the Branch family. Branch family? What's that? It is as it sounds. For a member of the branch family, no matter her spiritual power, she can never become the master of the Crane School. So, how strong are you? It's a shame, however, I will admit, I cannot even begin to compare the lowliness of my power to the master's. So that's how it is. So today's channeling will be her first? Yes, good sir. Because the spirit of a person who dies in a traffic accident is usually very strong, it's usually easier to call that person to our world. Traffic accident, indeed. The channeling will take place here in this channeling chamber, good sir. As you can see, I'm in the process of preparing. Sorry, shifting my posture. I was sitting in a weird way. My legs were falling asleep. Channeling chamber. So this room is the channeling chamber, the place where a spirit medium speaks with those who have departed. I don't suppose you mind if we observe the session. Did I even think of such nonsense? Only the medium and the client may enter here. Oh. The secrets of the Crane techniques cannot be seen by just anybody. That never stopped Maya from doing it in front of me before. It's also for your safety, good sir. If something were to go wrong, that is why, while channeling is being performed, the heavy door is securely locked. So we're going to have a case with a locked door mystery. There's no way anyone else could have gotten in, but obviously they got in from... Maybe there's something behind the screen, a hidden door or whatever. Oh, oops, I accidentally clicked. That's what the lock is for. Let me look at something here. Oh, I guess there's nothing directly to it, but what's right here? There might be something there. As we would have saw it. Okay. Oh, yes. I wonder if you have yet to meet Pearl, good sir. Pearl? She's an adorable, angelic young girl. Why do you already know who Pearl is? So why did you say it that way? Oh, that odd. She's my daughter. Now then, what was it you were about to say? What a cute daughter you have. Ahaha. A pure heart that knows not the evils in this world is a powerful thing, good sir. Please refrain from affiliating with her, I request. Well, it's not like I had the chance to anyway. I must insist and stress that you not let it occur. Okay, I get it. I guess I'd go back out. See if something new? No. I was gonna say, we probably have to run into Pearl somewhere. Hey, you, hold on now. This gal's got a few questions to ask. I'm sure I've heard that southern accent somewhere before. Oh, well, I'll be. It's Mr. Phoenix, right. How you been? Haven't seen you in, what, a year? You are, You're Lotta Hart, right? Well, Lotta here didn't seem like a real name. Lotta Hart makes sense. I'm pretty sure this is a character from something in the first one, I think. Bingo! I'm the one and only paranormal photographer, Lotta Hart. Yeah, I think her photo... She had set up, like, automated cameras that got us pictures of a guy on a boat being murdered. Or, like, shot across the lake and saw something. I forget. So I guess you're still at it. Yeah, because they were attempting to find a monster in the lake, but it was a fake monster, but the camera caught something else, I forget. Something like that. So I guess you're still at it, being a photographer, I mean. Of course. Today, I'm going to get myself a real scoop. You wait and see. Oh, that's right. This ain't no time to be wasting time. The challenge about to get started. Is it that time already? We all should hurry up and get to the meditation room. What are you waiting around for? Come on. Okay, a lot of heart, huh? I've been judging her harshly because of that case. But I guess looking back, we had some good times, too. Dead body still there? Okay, just checking. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. We'll now begin the channeling. Mystic Maya, an honored guest, please proceed into the channeling chamber. With this, I can finally sweat all those pesky flies once and for all. You hear me? They won't be able to say a single bad thing about me after this. So is he gonna get murdered? You'd love to hear them apologize, wouldn't? So, oh yeah, that makes the most sense. He's gonna die. It's a locked. Whoops. Take something under my desk. It's a locked room. The only other person is Maya, so she's gonna be accused of murder, and then she's gonna confess to it, even though the idea is she's gonna think she channeled it, and then like the spirit made her kill him because he was trying to frame her, something like that. I'd love to hear them apologize, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? Me? Oh, yeah, I sure would. That's why, like, Morgan is so insistent on no one else being in there, because somehow she's behind the murder so that she can take over or have her daughter take over as the head of the family. Okay, we figured out the entire case. Ms. Maya, do you have the channeling chamber key? Yep, right here. The one and only key. That's most satisfactory. That key, oh, there you go. So that key is one of a kind, so please take care of it well. So very obviously she's being set up. It'll be fine, Morgan. I won't lose it. Trust me. Okay, Dr. Gray, let's get started. Finally, let's go. Now, let us wait patiently out here for them. Please have some lovely bitter green tea and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. Hold on now, Granny. Granny? How come we ain't allowed in that room? Dear madam, you have an impressive grasp of English. From where did you learn it? What? I'm from the heart of the heartland. Is that so? Then I humbly request that you return to this heart of the heartland. What are you... This is Crane Village. If you cannot follow our traditions and rules, we request that you leave. Sorry. Wow, she shut Lana up. Now that's impressive. Now then, let us wait. Bang! Who had a gun? Hey now, what was... Hey now, well, what was that just now? It came from inside the channeling chamber. Bang! Hey, that's a gunshot. Excuse me? I've heard that sound before. It's a gunshot. I bet my afro on it. Maya's in there. We're not gonna ask her. We're just gonna break into the chamber. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what's the plan? What else? We're gonna break in. What? But there's only one key and that kid's got it. We're gonna have to break the door. Is that all right, Miss Faye? Well, yes, but there is one matter, that is... Don't try to stop me. You can send the repair to the right and code offices later. Yeah, now that's what I call being slam, crash. Dr. Gray! Click. Took a photo. I was murdered. Maya? That man murdered me. So I killed him. What? So some photographs are randomly being taken from somewhere. A lot at a time like... Okay, she was taking them. Okay. Something like this are perfect for snapping up shots. Well, she's going to get a shot that like shows someone sneaking out somewhere or something. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? Step away from there. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly inform the police. But... Hurry, before there are more victims here. Hey, let's go, city boy. Leave this to the granny. No. Let her go call the police. We should stay there. My cell phone doesn't get reception way out here. So I end up using the phone booth to call the police. Now, is Detective Gumshoe going to come out here? Because that seems really far for him to come out. And they're on their way. That's good. Lordy. It's Lordy. But I can't say it with a good accent. Lordy, I saw a genuine mysterious phenomenon. He seems really on edge because of all this. Not that I blame her. I'm scared to death by what's going on. Talk to her. Hey, mister. That gal, Maya. She wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, was she? I mean, she's covered in blood, but where'd the gun come from? Oh, yeah. None knows that when Maya is channeling, her whole physical appearance changes. Then again, weren't there only the two of them in there? I reckon she must have done it then. Dr. Gray. What do you know about Dr. Gray? Not much, but I did some digging. That's one gem with a bad reputation. Really? I hear he's good at surgery and stuff, but his personality stinks like wet sheep. I sort of got the same impression myself. He's real controlling. As soon as his nurse or patients don't do what he says, he starts a hollering. Must be really rough to work for. Okay. Let's go inside. Ah, Mr. Wright. Miss Faye, how's, Mystic Maya? She has returned to this world. The spirit severed technique was successful. Let me see her, please. She's still unconscious. I humbly request that you wait outside for her recovery. Guess I just have to wait. Sigh. Why would I possibly wait? And how did Gumshoe get here? We just said it was 2 hours by train. Police are here, sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? You again? What are you doing all the way out here, Detective Gumshoe? It's actually kind of funny. I was in the area for a business trip, Al. Well, time to check out the crime scene. I'll have to question everyone here later on, so just sit tight, alright? Why is he grinning at me? Unless this is all like a setup and it's a funny way for Maya to play a trick on us. So I'll show you the scene of the crime, Detective Gumshoe. My name... Did you say Jim Shoe? Okay, my name isn't Jim Shoe. The two of them went into the chamber, the channeling chamber. I guess all I can do for now is see what everyone else has to say. Okay. We're gonna go out here. See if his body's still over here. I'm pretty sure there was someone sleeping here earlier. Like, how can I help you? Oh, it wasn't a dead body, it was an actual person. Alec, like, so isn't it about time to start? Huh? Time to start what? You know, like the channeling. Channeling? Oh. No, actually the situation's kind of changed. Huh? Like, what do you mean? Please stay calm, but there's been a murder. So, like, murder is that thing where, like, one person kills another, right? Yes, a person has killed another person. Oh, that's, what are the words I'm looking for? It's like totally a bummer. Yeah, after all that effort, that's all she had to say? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to, like, introduce myself. My name is Eenie Meenie. So it is Eenie, not Innie. Eenie Meenie. At the college, I'm researching and studying parapsychology. So, okay, so she's the one who gave Dr. Gray the tip to come out here. So she's involved somehow as well. Well, maybe not. If the motive is just to get the one girl's made the head family. That's right. I think people, like, usually call it occult studies or something. Like supernatural phenomenon, ESP, and psychic powers. That sort of stuff. That's pretty out there. I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. So what brings you here today? So, I was the one who told Dr. Gray about this place. He asked me, like, do you know of a good spirit medium? Dr. Gray did say something about being introduced to this place. Because, like, talking to dead people and, like, multiple personalities are my thing. I see, then why are you taking a nap here? Like, I wasn't feeling good. Huh? I'm, like, allergic to sesame seeds. They, like, must have put some in the food they served for lunch. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. So I, like, felt sick and came in here to, like, sleep. I totally feel like I've wasted my time because I, like, slept a long time. So you were sleeping here the entire time? Yeah, ever since lunch. So you don't know anything about the murder that took place. Like, what? Oh, that. I, like, totally know nothing. So who was, like, you know... Oh, excuse me. Who do you know? Who was, like, you know, killed? The surgeon that requested channeling, Dr. Gray. You and Dr. Gray knew each other, right? I don't know any... Well, that was weird. I don't know any Dr. Gray. Oh, really? Then what was all that talk about him earlier? Huh? Well, like, a long, long time ago, I was like a patient. So he sounds like he's trying to hide something. Okay. You left the blanket a mess. Are you going to fold it? Like, I had a really good nap and, like, I was thinking of leaving it like this. So, like, it's all set for tonight. Oh, that's weird. So clearly there's something there. Okay, nothing else. As we leave here. There's no one here, as usual. Alec. Hey, how are you? You're Pearl, right? Silent as ever. What's that she's got in her hand? I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah. What is it? My hair? Is it too spiky? Not spiky enough? Nothing there to look here. So where'd she go? I guess I needed it. Did she come over to the side room just to check to see if she's here? No. Oh, she's back. Okay. It just automatically... No matter what I pick, she runs away. That's fine. Makes sense. Let's just go. Are we allowed in there? Police are busily running around here and there. And I don't see mine anywhere. Hey, you. Don't touch anything. Look, I really need to ask you some questions. Don't look at me like I'm some sort of animal-carrying jerk. Tell you what, pal. I'll let you ask me a few questions, alright? About Maya. I hate to break this to you, pal, but... with the way things look now, that girl's the only one who could have done it. Yeah, only Maya and the victim were inside this room, after all. But Maya is... You can ask more about her later, pal. Right now I've got a job to do, and that's collecting evidence. Detective Gumshoe looks like a real professional. And yet, something about his expression still looks the same. So, Dr. Gray was shot with a gun, huh? He was shot in the forehead. But... he was also stabbed in the chest with a knife. We heard 2 gunshots. Knife. Basically, the Vic was first stabbed, then he was shot. Well, that's interesting. I can't look at anything. I forgot about sliding. I wonder if I could have done it anywhere else and didn't notice. Okay, so I can't actually examine anything in here. Oh, if I try to, he gets mad. Okay. I'm just looking at it. Hey, I can't be too careful if a kid like her can be a murder suspect now, can I? I guess if I want to search this room, I'm going to have to come back later. Okay. We'll move. Let's go back out front. She's probably scared out of her wits after having a murder take place right by her. Lotta? God, don't let it be me next. Eek, don't scare me like that. What do you mean? You're the one scaring me. If I weren't so tough, you'd have another dead body in your hands. Mine. What are you talking about? Did you see or notice anything that stuck out at you? Nah, well, maybe one thing. What is it? Turns out my poor stomach's not good at handling this kind of thing. Huh? What? Curses and ghosts and stuff coming back to get you. It's just too much, I say. What is too much? Being a cult photographer. That's some scary stuff, so I think I'm going to try being a celebrity photographer now. Going after photos more within your reach from now on? More glamour, less gore? What's up? Oh, yeah. What is it? I took some hot pictures earlier. Huh? Remember, I took some pictures at the murder scene inside. She did. 2 even. The seance murder. I sure like the ring of that. It'll be a sensational story. Lotta, sorry, but my journalistic side is burning inside me. Hate to cut and run, but I'm hitting back in. Gotta beat those cops to the scoop of the century. She showed me the photos. I don't know who scared Lotta or the spirits. Why does it feel like we've been through this before? I'm trying to remember if this game old enough that they wouldn't be digital, that they're going to be physical photographs. Probably. Well, yeah, I don't have anything profiles, anything fancy in here. Eeny Meeny is 21, Lotta is 23. We don't know her age. Okay, cool. Back inside. Oh dear madam, you have such impeccable timing. Like, what's all the buzz? Alright everyone, listen up. YouTube pal, I'm going to give you all a brief update. Right now, it looks like the investigation is not going to be done until really late. That is a terrible shame. I propose that everyone sleep here under the roof of the Fey Manor tonight. That's fine, we can do that. What a mess. I can't believe how crazy this day turned out. Maya was arrested and taken away by the police. And I don't see myself getting any sleep tonight. It's 8 a.m. the next morning. Yawn, ugh, morning. I guess I must have nodded off at some point. I hope Maya's okay. I should hurry up and get to the detention center ASAP. It's the same detention center as in the city. Okay, 10:30, visitor's room. Nick. Maya. What am I going to do? I never imagined it would turn out like this. Calm down, Maya. Take deep breaths. Come to think of it, the first time I met her, it all started right here in this... Oh, did they, like, take her... Oh, yeah, I guess 2 hours away, we went back to the city. That makes more sense. I finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault you didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person, but that wasn't you. It doesn't matter, it might as well have been me. I was too weak, and I couldn't control the spirit's power, so I don't want to bring up the case quite yet, but you don't have to be nice to me. I understand. Look at the guard. This guard monitors the visitor's room. I wonder if he's bored. Not that I can ever tell since he never looks over this way. Check out the camera. Smell your uncanny camera. That's an old reference. Cool. Hey, let's talk. Oh, no, we want to talk. So you're the master or something of the Crane School of Channeling? Actually, my mother is for now. But since that title is passed from mother to daughter, I guess I will be someday. Many people think that channeling isn't real, that it's all just an act. You believe in us, don't you? Yeah, because I've seen it with my own eyes. When Mai's channeling a spirit, not only her voice, but her whole physical appearance changes. It's a supernatural phenomenon that occurs every time. It happened this time, too. Dr. Gray said he wanted to call the nurse, so... Maya's body must have taken on that nurse's appearance. What exactly happened in the channeling chamber? I went into that room with Dr. Gray, locked the door, and sat down across from him. Okay. We closed our eyes and I began the channeling. This is sounding kind of creepy, like the beginning of a scary story. That's the last thing I remember. What? After spirit comes into my body, I lose myself, my consciousness. Then you don't remember a single thing? When I came to, I was being held in my aunt's arms, and there was blood all over my clothes. Oh, but I do remember having a dream. A dream? What kind of dream did you have while you were channeling? I can't remember all that well, but I was dead and buried in the ground. I couldn't move, and it was unbearable, really suffocating. It went something like that. Okay. So here's my assumption at this point. She was taken out of the room, put in the little futon, and wrapped up. That's why she thought she was buried in underground. While Eeny Meeny went in and killed the guy. And the person we saw might have not actually been Maya. Which is why Morgan had us leave. So I think that's the determining thing is going to be the photos that were taken. They're going to somehow prove it wasn't actually Maya and that it was Eeny Meeny. That's where I think this is going. Okay, I know what to say to that. It's a really familiar smell too. Under the ground? Yeah, I can't quite place it, but I know I've smelled that same scent before. I guess this is about all the information I'm going to gather for today. I'll be back later, Maya. In the meantime, please make sure you prepare it, okay? Prepare what? Huh? It. What is it? Document requesting me to be your attorney, of course. But, what's wrong? Sure, I mean, I'm guilty. I'm a murderer. No one's decided that yet. But I did. I killed that person with these two hands. Well, GSR tests would make it really clear quickly if she actually shot or not. That's enough, Maya. It's hopeless. If you defend me, you'll lose, I'm sure. Stop it. Help me, Nick. Nick, help me. I'm scared. Don't worry, I will. When is the trial? It sounds like tomorrow. Sure, move fast. As usual, 0 prep time. Alright, I'm going now. Wait. This jewel... This is called a Magatama. The magical charm has always protected me. Give this to Pearly, and I'm sure she'll lend you her spiritual powers. Maya's Magatama is slightly translucent. It's small, but has a deep, profound aura about it. Anything else to talk to her about? Nope. Okay. I guess we'll swing by our offices since that's closer. Phew, it feels like I've been gone forever, but it's only been one day. Oh, that's right. Where's that newspaper Dr. Gray brought the other day? It's right there. Ah, here it is, right on top of my desk. This is the only thing he left behind that's going to be of any help. 1 year ago, May 2nd, 14 patients died, yada, yada, yada. Look at my phone. Any messages? It's my desk. I keep it neat for those rare cases I actually have reclined in the office. What are these books? Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Actually, I've neglected them for so long, a layer of dust has started to form. One of these days, I should try to build up the courage to read one, I guess. What's this painting? A poster of the TV action hero, the Steel Samurai. That's the case from the first game. I stuck up in here right before she left. I wouldn't say that the Steel Samurai and an attorney's office are a good match, but Maya threatened to curse me with some magic spell, so I guess it can stay. Look out the window. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's a Gatewater Hotel, a high-class luxury hotel. Until recently, it had been a normal business-class hotel. Okay. Oh, plant. Charlie, a quite decorative plant is a memento of my boss Mia, who passed away. The rest of the room may be in shambles, but I always managed to care for this little fella. Anything else? Okay. Double check. Is there anything else I can do with this? No. I just need to have it to reference in court. Okay, back up to the Korean village so we can talk to Pearl. I have to save Maya no matter what. It's her life on the line. What in the world happened in that room yesterday? Okay. Meditation room. The meditation room nurtures all mediums, young and old. Even mediums in training, I'd wager, but it's pretty deserted today. Probably because of the murder yesterday. Is she still out here? Little Pearl isn't here today. Maybe she's at school? Is there anything new? No, it's all still the same things I looked up before. Oh, hey, you're that guy from yesterday. The, dentist guy. No, I'm a lawyer. That's right, Mr. Smith Esquire. That's right. Wait, I mean, you're wrong. My name is right. Smith, right? Well, I got 3 letters at least. I don't think she gets the point. Anyway, why are you here? So, I studied this thing called parapsychology at the college, and yeah, you told me about that yesterday, the sesame allergy, too. What I'd really like to know is why you're still here today. Oh, so, that's what you meant. You should have been more, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. It's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, what was I talking about again? If I ever wanted another genuine, mysterious phenomenon, it's right here. Okay. Anything? Yeah. So, why are you still here today? There's so much for me to, study here. What? The medium's training, or, how they inherit their spiritual power. I suppose. This village is the real thing, after all. So, I asked if I could stay here for, a little longer. He sure seems like the carefree type, at least, on the surface. Have you heard about the murder? It's, totally scary. She says with a silly smile plastered on her face. So, do you know anything about it that might help? Somehow, I don't think she has a grip on reality, let alone what's going on here. About the victim, Dr. Gray. I don't know who you're talking about. Wait, I think you asked about him, yesterday, too. That's right, her reaction as someone asked was... She, spasmed. I don't know any Dr. Gray. Okay, really? We already read this once. We don't need to read it again. Okay, she's definitely hiding something from me. Is something wrong? Okay. That's still the same. Where did this box come from? So that's the box she was in. I guess she wasn't in there. She's put in this box. I'm sure this wasn't here last night. It looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Okay, so she got put in that box. Now, her hair might be nothing. It's just there for reasons. To make you look at it. Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. I should take this chance and thoroughly check this room. If I'm lucky, I might uncover a clue or two. Oh, Mr. Wright. Good morning. I'm on my way to go meet Mystic Maya. I thought to bring her some items to make her feel more at home. Namely, tea so bitter you lose your tongue and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. I'm sure Maya will be very grateful. That's Mystic Maya, good sir. She's one scary lady. Oh, dear, sweet Mystic Maya. Pearl wept constantly for you last night, as did I. I know it's important for me to search the site, but I should ask her some questions too while I have the chance. I'd like to ask you a few questions about what happened yesterday. Do you mean that awful tragedy? Hold on. No, it doesn't show there. But that's orange. This is green. So I just don't remember previously when she was shown it was orange and that's an extra one. But I feel like, yeah, if that's orange, it's a different person. The man murdered me, so I killed him. Maya, step away from there. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Recap something that we saw 10 minutes ago. Okay. What happened here in this room after I left? Well, first I struck Mystic Maya on the head to make her go unconscious, correct? That is correct. Next, I performed the spirit severing technique. Spirit severing technique? The spirit of that nurse was inside of Mystic Maya's body. I used the technique to send the nurse's spirit back to the other world. I wonder if this kind of testimony is even admissible in the court of law. By the way, what is this room exactly? The channeling chamber? This room was created for the sole purpose of preventing such a tragedy as yesterday. What do you mean? Sometimes when an inexperienced medium calls an especially strong spirit, the spirit may become violent and revolt as you witnessed yesterday. Revolt? But how? The spirit enters a medium's body, she loses her will, and herself steps aside. To put it another way, the spirit is barring this medium's body, good sir. But isn't that extremely dangerous? The experienced medium has little problem controlling the spirit. But Mystic Maya, that was her first channeling. And that was why I insisted on locking the door. However, I never thought that I would be calling danger upon the client himself. I'm grateful that one of our heirlooms was not damaged in this horrible incident. And that would be that folding screen there. It is the Crane's sacred writings. Along with the Crane's sacred urn, they are this village's most treasured possessions, the urn that's broken. If I ever found out that something had happened to either one, oh, the humanity. Not for her to be worrying about the folding screen at a time like this. I guess this isn't just some dilapidated old screen after all. So how was Pearl today? Mr. Wright? Yes? In this world, Pearl is my most treasured possession. Compared to even Mystic Maya, Pearl has a spiritual power to become a master. That's very impressive. Until now, the women of the Branch family have thought themselves to be inferior. But Pearl is different. Her spiritual strength is so great, it's even greater than some of the main family. Yes, Pearl's a channeling prodigy and is in the pride of the Branch family. Wow, she's really fired up now. In any case, our world is so different from yours, perhaps it's best for you to quit, good sir. Quit? Quit what? Okay, examine. Look at this stuff again. Beautiful, expensive phone screen. It looks quite old. There seems to be some sort of sacred text around it, but I can't read it. This is a hole. Could this have been made by a bullet? About 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. Well then, I do believe it is time for me to take my leave. Alright, please tell Maya I said hi. What was that? Mystic Maya. I'll tell her. Sigh. There's some empty space behind the folding screen. Oh, so she could have... She was in the room before the box was back there. They got Maya, put her in the box. We thought the girl was sleeping in that room, but she wasn't. She was actually in the box. She came out, did the deed. We went in before they swapped, which will prove by having the different Magatama. And then we will, you know, do something. The picture's like going to show the trunk or something like that. Okay, the lately candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. Hope no one is hiding back there. Oh, well, basically he's told us. I guess it's an altar, whatever it is, it feels very important. Mirror-like object with a flat reflective surface and some branches on the sacred tree have been set in predetermined arrangement. Excuse me. A little burp. I guess they're used during the channeling. We already looked at them that once. Now we can slide. Okay, it just goes the entire way. It's not like a part of slide. It's like the blood. I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Did that? Hold on, let me check something real quick. Did that trigger something weird with... No, I thought it triggered one of my tentacles. Okay. I'll mute my mic for 1 second and blow my nose. Or my mic's deciding not to mute itself. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. All right, there we go. All better. This is where the medium sits, I presume. There are 4 panels of this flooring. Straw on the flooring feels a little damp, probably from the humidity in the air. No matter what I do, my eyes keep getting drawn to the pool of blood in the center here. Okay, anything else to look at? The door, I suppose. The meditation room is on the other side of this very heavy-looking door. The lock on it is broken because, well, I broke it. It doesn't seem possible, but I managed to break it pretty badly. When we want to do something bad enough, people can do the most amazing things. Anything else? Don't see anything there. Don't see anything else here. Alright. Whoops. Leave the room. We need to find Pearl. There, okay. There you go. Alec, you surprised me. And how are you today? Yes, I guess she's an open, differently chatting. Huh? She's still holding something in her hand. It looks like the same thing she had yesterday. Okay, first we gotta present this. Oh yeah, Mai said to give this to you. Hers is blue. Alec, I'm in trouble now. Morgan sees us like this. I'll be the next one to channeling. But she just left to go 2 hours into the city. That's Mystic Maya's. Huh? She actually spoke. Who are you? I'm Phoenix Wright. I worked with Maya. You worked with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right? Excuse me? I bet I know who she picked up Nick from, right? Or Nick up from. I know who you are. You're Mystic Maya's special someone. What? So then, of course, you're going to help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're going to do, right? Well, yeah, I will. Oh, wow, it's like a beautiful fairy tale. That earnest look shining brightly in her eyes. It must be true love. What? Why am I being boiled into a bright red lobster by this little kid? I'm so jealous of Mystic Maya. Ah, what a wonderful relationship. Wait, I mean things aren't like... Hee, I can tell you're a good person. Alright, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm going to help you in any way I can. Okay, now... Tell us about yourself, Pearl. Pearl, are you friends with Maya? Very grateful to be friends with her. She's so great. I want to be like Mystic Maya when I grow up. I really look up to her. Wow, I had no idea Maya was so revered. Usually when people don't use Mystic Maya's title, I get mad. Oh, sorry. If it's you, Mr. Nick, then it's okay. Because you're special to her. Where in the world did she get an idea like that? By the way, this may be rude, but which channeling school are you from? Which channeling school? Yes, for example, I say the Korean technique. I get it. No. I'm a lawyer. A lawyer. Lawyer? Yep. Is that related to spirit mediums in any way? None that I know of. Wait, are you telling me you don't know what a lawyer is? I'm sorry, but I have no idea. Maya did say Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. So what's that you got there, Pearl? Oh, this? I found it yesterday. Hmm? If you want it, I can give it to you. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Alright, well, if you really want to give it to me. Hee hee, you look like a child at a toy store, Mr. Nick. She not only speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. Okay, so now we've got the key. By key, the court record. Mr. Nick, yes. Pearl? Okay, that's weird. Yes, Pearls? I can call you that, right? You're too cute to just call you Pearl. Sure, Mr. Nick. Are you sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama? Yeah, it's okay. I was told to give it to you. But I can't accept something like this. All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy? I'll put a flashbang there. Please take this. I'm sure it'll be helpful. What do you mean? We'll let you see people's secrets. See people's secrets? Yes. If it's alright with you, I'd like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power when you meet someone hiding a secret. Perfect. Is there anything new with this yet? No, that's still broken. That's still the same. Okay. I wonder if this is a mechanic for the rest of the game, is being able to see people's lies. Hello again, we seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. Aw, she's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter? What? No. How old do you think I am? I don't remember how old he is. Okay, so now we can talk to her again. Let's see what her lie is. I want to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray. I, totally don't know it. Ack, what is that? You can see it, can't you, Mr. Nick? You can see the lock on that person's heart. Huh? What? This is the power of the Magatama. Only you can see these psych locks. I guess psyche locks? I'll just say psych locks, Mr. Nick. Psych locks? Huh? The more someone wants to hide their secret, the more locks you will see. But it's only one, I think you can easily unlock it. Unlock? But how? Please use Mystic Maya's Magatama on this person, and let's remove the lock. I have no idea what she's talking about, but I guess I'll give it a try. You must be careful though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop. Well, I've got to start somewhere. Let's give this Psyche Lock thing a try. Okay. I'm going to ask you again, did you know Dr. Gray? I totally don't know that guy. Like, you're totally more persistent than a roach. So this pops up, then do I have to present it? This girl's hiding something, I'm sure of it. I guess I have no choice but to remove this lock. Alright, so first I have to use my Magatama. Okay. Wait, do I, present it now? No. Okay. Oh no, you can't present it now. I have to present it. I can't. Do I do it here? Okay. So once I know there's a lock, I go back out to present and use it. Okay, the victim. Eeny meeny, I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is. I told you, how many times do I, have to repeat myself? If you're, so totally sure, then where's, your proof? While it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person, I do believe you might have at least indirectly known of him. What do you mean? Indirectly. To try to show the possibility existed for now. So something that shows a possible connection between Edie and Dr. Gray. So, I mean, I'm very confused because he knew, he came at her because of her. But I mean, I didn't. No. I want to present this. I accidentally right-clicked to go back out of it instead of just continuing to go. That's my fault. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Your proof, like, what is that? Ouch. I guess it did. Okay. No, I guess not. I guess there isn't anything I have currently. Because none of this says... Okay. Just take another look at the court record and think it through one more time. There's nothing in here that would do that. I'm a little bit confused. This is so weird. Okay. If I don't have diamonds, I should probably stop. I guess we'll stop. Okay. Tiger wouldn't barely play attached to base, current village to hard chilling. What the decision? I looked at that before. Isn't it cute? I totally bought that. So it's yours, huh? Yeah, so this village is really famous for channeling in bears. Oh, wait, famous for bears? But it's okay, if you ever see a bear, you just play dead and they leave you alone. Is that right? Yeah, because fighting back is totally of no use. Should I actually try to fight one? Okay. I guess we'll move? We don't have proof of the statement. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll get more information from somewhere else. It just seems weird that we wouldn't just be able to say you're the one who introduced him to this. But I guess we don't have proof of that, so it's weird. Whatever. It's you, pal. You're going to be her lawyer, I bet. Yes. Oh. Really feel bad for you, pal. Just this once, I wish I could be on your side. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, but I shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff to you. Hey, you're a cute kid. Ha ha ha, I'm not scary, honest. Wow, I never knew Gumshoe liked kids. Hey, I know, I'll show you something cool. How's this? It's a real genuine pistol. That's kind of a bad thing to do. Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing showing her something that dangerous? Oh, sorry. What about mine the charges against her? I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. You've got proof? Yeah, pal. That puffy-haired photographer is going to testify tomorrow. He must be talking about Lotta. Actually, speaking of Lotta, I took some hot pictures earlier. Huh? Remember, I took some pictures at the murder scene inside. Lotta's hot pictures. I wonder what her camera captured. Besides, you must have realized by now, pal. There's no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. What am I supposed to say to Pearls now? About Dr. Gray, the victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year. Yeah, I know. I was looking through some newspapers from last year, and... Huh? I could have sworn I had cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. He's searching through his pockets, and boy, are those big. It looked really interesting, too. Hey, do you have a copy, pal? A copy of that article? I think Dr. Gray might have brought a copy to the office when we came by. Yeah, I'll just present it to you. Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day, and... Hey, it's that news story. The one about the malpractice suit. 14 patients died and it caused a huge stink. Yeah, but that's not all, pal. Things only got worse after that. You mean the car accident the nurse died in? Oh, here we go. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal, this is for you. Alright, thanks. Okay, so they're related. That's what we needed. We needed that to be able to present. Mimi Meanie, nurse at Gray Surgical Center, died after falling asleep at the wheel. So that's important. Talk about this. About my trial tomorrow, I've got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2? Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So which do you want to hear first? I don't really care. It doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to like it. Alright, pal. Well, the prosecutor for your trial is Prosecutor Von Karma. What? Von Karma? Manfred Von Karma, he was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. He never lost a case in the 4 years of his career, and he raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. Oh yeah, isn't he in jail? Wait a second, but didn't Von Karma stand trial and... That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. The Von Karma you're facing tomorrow is actually his successor. Scratch my nose. Successor? So who is the successor of Von Karma? Literally, pal, it's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. This kid became a prosecutor real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. That's what they call a prodigy, pal. Kid, huh? Wait a second. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13? I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard something about that. Oh, no. The kid was born and raised in Germany, pal. That country's got a lot of stuff, and it's a great place to develop a person's talents. Germany, huh? That's probably why I've never heard of this person. I almost said person. Ugh, still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma. And I get terrible flashbacks to that case. Stop it. Get a grip on yourself, Phoenix. None of that matters anymore. Now that he's gone... Oh, now that he's gone. I thought there was even more to that. Okay. It's not this again. Yeah, no, present the note. Hopefully I get my battery charge back before the case. If this is for the entire thing, I feel bad that I wasted 2 things already. Take a look at this newspaper clipping. Like, what is it? A story about an accident? Please read the victim's name. Yeah, well, what's the whole point? There's somebody... In the opening cutscene for this episode, there's somebody that survived the crash. So she survived the crash. Is that why she's forgetful? Or... I don't know. Miney is an incredibly rare last name, wouldn't you say? Or Meanie. Miss Mimi Meanie wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she? So you notice, she was my older sister. I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse, perhaps, at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic? Gray's surgical clinic? I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Oh, it gave me my stuff back. Very good. I'm back to full. Tell me the truth. Please tell me all you know about Dr. Gray. My sister, his name was Mimi Meanie. She was like a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. That's what I thought. I heard that like Dr. Gray was really tough on people, like a total slave driver. My sis was like always coming home, totally wiped out because she was overworked. Wiped out? So that is why she fell asleep at the wheel? That guy like drove my sis so hard, so like that's why the accident happened. The one where 14 patients died from malpractice? Yeah, like, I think that was the doctor's fault, too. My sis was pushed by, like, everyone's expectations and, like, her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to her death. Oh, I'm sorry. So, like, are we done? I've, like, already told my story to, like, everyone. You understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a psyche lock works. Well, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. The lock this time is pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying. Okay. Is there anything else I can do? No, nothing else here. I don't think there's anything in the chilling chamber. I need to find Lotta, ideally to see her photos. But is she going to be, like, out here? No? Okay. Mr. Nick? What's wrong? I've never left Crane Village. Really? Wow, that's, pretty amazing. You're going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi. Hey, wait. She ran off again. Well, I know Ini's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. Well, let's go and find out. What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? Must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? Oh, it's the Von Karma bragging. Sorry, move my chair around. Oh no, it's Mia. Even without me being here, it looks like you've learned to stay on your own. Okay, so I was... That's green, but that is... Okay, so that didn't matter. The brown thing is just brown here, or orange. Hers was grayish blue. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but certain case forced her into retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. So here's the whole open shirt thing. It's like her shirt's always open. Oh, I think, did I read? I don't remember if I just read that. And the open shirt was nothing. So was she possessing Maya at that time? A lawyer is somebody who smiles no matter how bad it gets, especially when it's bad. Mia, you can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling the whole way there. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. But, so tell me all about it. I'm going to guess that my sister's in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything about what happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me, please, believe in your convictions and fight for the complete acquittal of your client. You think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears, which means it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Yeah, we already know, she was in that trunk. Then, what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. A setup? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix, you already hold the key. Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key, huh? Alright, I'll show it to her, the key I hold. Well, I mean, it's the key. Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key? Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. I mean, they said there's only one key, and there's obviously 2 keys, but you already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. But, how can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have? I didn't know at the time, but this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Uh-oh. She's got a bunch of locks. Mia? What? What's wrong? That's right, only I can see the psyche locks. Which means Mia must know something about the real murder. But for this to be something that she would hide under lock and key from even me, what in the world is going on? To be continued. Sure, we'll save. We're going to keep going. I hope that we can get through this entire thing. It shouldn't take... I'm hoping like not to go past 3 hours. So, like, I would think this should take no more than an hour and a half. What? Prosecutor Von Karma, you mean? No, I heard it's his successor. It's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks all so he could win. Maybe this kid's gonna be nice. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya. Pearly! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not, I ran. I can't, oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a tray-in? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? Now, he's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. Whoop! I accidentally clicked too fast. Please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone and he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. I'm sure he comes back later in the game. Nick? It starts at 10 a.m. every time. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and defense prepared? What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright, you must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma. I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can. Ow. I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yeah. Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of himself. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but the defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Oh. Get to the point, Eddie. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. That's the overhead of the room. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. That's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. We need this to show where the trunk was hidden. But okay, so how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Okay. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead point blank. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may now question the witness. Okay. So there are 2 gunshots is the one thing we need to figure out, I believe. Maybe not. Direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead. The shot was fired from point-blank range. I'm going to press on this because we saw the bullet hole from the thing. Point-blank is not fired. It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches. That's not what point-blank is. And how do you know he was shot at point-blank? Tis, 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, burn areas left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets really hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Before the victim, he was stabbed in the chest. I'm going to press on this. Do we have the knife stabbed? What was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? Looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish off the victim after the stabbing. Nothing sounds out of place so far. I should try to learn more about the murder weapons for now. Okay. I guess we'll press to get the gun info. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim. Now, why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints. There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant Mayafays were also on the grip, sir. Oh, so they were going to say he tried to shoot and he put a hole through the thing, maybe? That was the first shot, then he got stabbed, and then he got shot in the head. Okay, I think I get it. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Before the victim was shot, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe. Well, let me check something. I didn't get anything else new, like the gun or the knife. Oh, sorry. Burping. Once since that place, I should try to learn more about the murder weapons, okay? We pressed on that. We pressed on that. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a step like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. I guess we'll press on everything. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Doesn't matter then which was first. Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Grr, what a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. 2 shots fired. Okay. Small fruit knife has Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both of the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse, as if the summary just now was an oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That's quite true. Mr. Wright, yes, even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way. Not guilty. You plead justified self-defense, you'd basically be confessing the murder. After all, after the trial, Maya's life would be ruined and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, we reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright. The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright, Detective. Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. And now see here, proceedings are run by Eek. Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Okay, now we're getting to the photos. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of the back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links my fate to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood spatters on it. Alright, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Ah, what's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Okay. Sorry, pal, but there's even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume that the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who was not fighting back. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. Well, we're going to disagree. We're going to have the bullet in the screen. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. Ugh, we're in real trouble now. Voting can prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somewhere and then I'll have her. I have it. Okay. So let's present this. I'm assuming this works. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does. I don't see anything contradictory. I hate this. This happens every time I do this stupid thing. I'm trying to show the evidence of a second shot and where it was fired, and like I just. Okay. Do I have any other proof? Okay, Yes. Okay. We're going to present the gun. Two shots. With sentence clearly fault, Your Honor. So I always hate this. Like, I know what I'm trying to present, or I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how I present it. I guess I'll press on earlier stuff. Maya's costume. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. She's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? I don't... There's blood on the costume. That result shows the victim's blood. Okay. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Ah yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew, what should I do? Let's press further, I guess. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Or, looks like my time is up. So about the costume. I mean, I have to. I assume, Your Honor. I mean, when we saw her, it was open. I don't know if that matters, but... What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you were talking about? Come this far, there's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. I don't know why, but I'm completely missing something here. Oh, I didn't even notice that. There's a bullet hole. I did not even see that. Oh, because it wasn't visible on this. I'd like to ask the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that this must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Oh, could I have checked it and seen that? Okay, so that's my fault. I need to pay attention to what I can check. So that, I think I did give that up by not looking at it. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Ron Carmen has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then no way. I think I accidentally skipped text there. Detective Cuff, should you please continue with your testimony? Yes, sir. Find an attack and kill a person who is without doubt not fighting back. So I need to now do I present the second gun hole? I'm going to try it again. Is it going to be the same thing? This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in the statement, Your Honor. How exactly just now related? They aren't, are they? Okay. So I'll just lose more points. Again. It's very frustrating. He wasn't fighting back, and you know if he was or wasn't. I think I'm missing some obvious thing here. I'm gonna present the clothes, and then I'm gonna present the gun again. It's my next thing. Yeah, how you calling my phone? This kind of weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who was without doubt not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then why is the bullet hole? Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole the police are like supposed to meet? So we were talking about the bullet hole. Why would I need to present the bullet hole again? Is kind of that seems dumb to me. What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Whew. You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What was with that? Are you finished yet, Laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix? Right. Miss Von Karma? It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, the defense clearly said they rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Ack. Now that's you, why, that's right. Which means the defense is yet to prove anything at all. No. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there's a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Bring it up and tell the court what transpired that day, with the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. New testimony. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. The scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. Okay, we're going to press on this. How do you figure why would she take a chance to stab him? There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Not what I was going for at all. And in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Maifei was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the crane channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the crane channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind, let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, so... While two of them were fighting, the victim took out his own gun. I mean, Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim Dr. Gray specifically bought it for that day. The handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Wait, did Dr. Gray bring a... Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. We're just gonna press everything. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and emptied it. Maya's never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Carver's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. So what... I have that. But I don't see how that would contradict anything they've said. Why would she have had the knife is one thing. Whoops. I accidentally just clicked out of the game. Did not crash right now. Okay. Is there anything in the profiles that would matter here? It's only 18. I don't think there's anything in here. That's not gonna matter. I think that's gonna matter. I didn't press on this before, I think. So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the bullet loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterwards I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. So, like, how would he have shot if he'd been stabbed, I guess is the thought, but, like, what evidence do you present to say that? Sorry. Let's press on that. Oh no, we already did. Okay. Did I press on this too? Yes. Okay. Okay. So. The autopsy report, stabbed and then shot. I don't think that... I don't see what to present here. I mean, I'm just going to take a stab and see what happens, I guess. The victim used the last of his strength to fight back. Is it on this? You would present the autopsy report? It's very weird. I don't know what to This is frustrating. I don't want to look it up, but I'm tempted to just so I don't have to do it again. I'm gonna look at one thing and just see if I like. This seems stupid to me. Oh, this is stupid. Okay, I looked it up. It is stupid. I mean, that's really stupid. I hate that. Okay. He missed. The evidence that he didn't miss is the costume. Oops, I didn't hit present. I looked at it. It's always annoying to me that you discover something, you point out the bullet hole in the costume, and that's like the next thing you have to present, but you were literally just talking about it. Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Right. This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn in this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. I mean, I guess maybe that's still... this all seems kind of circular. But is there not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume? But he said he could smell gunpowder on it, is the thing. That's a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. But I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? But he said he was weak from being stabbed, so if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I'm assuming it's this hole down here, that we're finally on the bullet hole, right? This is a piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that, a folding screen? I'd like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. These two really that clueless. The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order, order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Do I have to point it out? It was here. Right? Somewhere around here. No? Oh, sorry, I didn't read that. He didn't brush his teeth. Okay. I was frustrated. Okay, they weren't there? Is the idea... was that they were here? Like this... this seems really stupid. I guess I need to go closer, like that they were all the way over here? So you're standing here near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? I will admit that I don't understand what's happening right now. That's impossible. But why? You of all people should know the answer to that question as Fawn Karma. If you were shot from somewhere closer, there'd be gunpowder burns present. However, there's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. First, you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. Do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? I'm going to say it changes everything, because it has to. Also, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. Maya Fey was the real murderer. Why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? So, what they're going with is this. 100% it is in fact Maya's clothes that she was wearing. And she was inadvertently shot while she was, like, off to the side? I don't know. I mean, we know what happened. It's just, like, the trail to get there just feels stupid. I mean, we know that Trunk was in the room. We know somebody was hiding it. They got out, killed him. Maya was put in the trunk temporarily. That's why we didn't see her. And then it was swapped out at the end. And the key matters for... I'm actually not sure why the key matters, but apparently it's the key to the entire case. Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the... Blast radius of disaster. You're such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix, right? To think that you've been able to take a completely helpless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh, of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective. Oops, sorry. How dare you, David, no perfect logic? Huh? How is it all my fault? You can start repairing your staining by first removing that 3-strand goatee. And rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Now, we made through that, we'll be able to save, and I can't remember if that refreshes the little battery gauge. If it doesn't, then potentially I'm going to have to, like, redo parts, but whatever. We're going to keep going. Okay, it's 11:37. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of hearts. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pertwee? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. It's weird, okay. 11:43. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow, I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how are you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare, what in the tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. My name is Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there's no one else in the room. Okay. You take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place. Reckon course. Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. She took 2 pictures, that was the thing. Can we... So we can't see the trunk back there. How could he have shot the folding screen if it's blocked? It certainly seemed that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. All this footage has been added to the court record. You ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Okay, I'll clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Okay. We didn't get a full thing back. So I guess we have to be really careful. Okay. I don't think I need to press on that. Okay. We heard 2 gunshots, so let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. I'll see Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologies. Not great. You're a real man. Really, that's something I would like to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? We'll just press everything again. Are you sure as the defendant might affect? Sure, I'm sure. He was awfully confident in testimony. I'll press her harder. Please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. If she took the photos from a completely different angle, a lot at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? We saw the murder at that time. You couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see. Order, Miss Hart, you're here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side. Really? For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix, right? Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. I don't understand. If the picture was taken, but when we walked in, she was standing over there. I don't know. Whatever. Exactly. Rats. I'm trapped like one again. I swear, other than those two, there's no one else in the room. Press? Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure, but old witch chased us out of the room. So, old witch. Does she mean Morgan Fey? There's no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? You can check back there. Rick Given, huh? What in the... Rick Given, you reckon that's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What, you got a problem? Rick Given, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. Who knows? Okay. Now then, Mr. Phoenix, you see a problem with the testimony, don't you? Alright, her story adds up. What's worse is I was there at the scene of the crime with her. Her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Okay. Okay, I need to... We heard 2 gunshots. She doesn't mention that, but we'll press on it anyway. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Look, why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Franks? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it sounded like it was a gunshot. Why are we in here listening to the defense testifying? So, really itchy nose. Okay. This is where the story heats up. All this, I guess I haven't pressed on the first thing. I guess we'll press on that. Is it really only those 2 that went in? What are you blabbering about? I'm skipping too fast because I'm getting frustrated. Why don't you guess that was it really just the 2 of them? Yes, I remember were the only 2 that went into the room. Hold on. We can't have defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, here argues I thought there was nothing wrong with her testimony. No, she's telling the truth. Okay. So there's situations where you just have to press on everything. And you're not actually supposed to present anything. So I completely stopped reading. Face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove that it's not Maya? I don't think there is. I'm just going to pick no. Nothing, Your Honor. It's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove that this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this all I can do? I think it's quite obvious in this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you, totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? To establish the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. Whoop. Let's whack my mic on. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is somebody who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But pearls. Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. There were 2 photos. I mentioned that already. So, that's the most frustrating thing about these games is things I know, you have to fail to get to them. It's annoying. Yeah, what? Click. There are 2 photos. Yes, I want the second photo. You see, there's one final piece of this puzzle. Question aloud one more time. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. So if I had tried to press earlier to get the 2 photos, I would have lost the case by running out of gauge because I wouldn't have a way to actually get to it. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated question... it's fine. I'll allow another testimony. When Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless, and what better time than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have someplace I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Smart hurry and gives another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? I didn't. Well, actually, it's Karma's whip that got through to him. Okay. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. What makes sense from before, some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. So I want to press on the last thing, but I'm probably just supposed to press on most of it. When you broke into the room, all I could focus on was Maya. I'm going to press that right away because... So what she looked like, she looked almost like a different person. A different person, she may have seemed like the different person if she was still Maya Fey. You've already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I was kind of scared about it, so I didn't take a good look at it. And perhaps that body was not... Oh, that's a stupid thing to say. Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside the room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix, right? Well... No, if it was that of my faith, maybe foolish fool spying foolish fool, just as I would expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that my faith is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry. Are you all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. And even knowing that you still pursue being a panel photographer, that's why I'm getting out of this here business. Scouts can get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through job sessions and baby through diapers. Wow. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice tag team in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. But I still managed to point my camera at my take and a shot at it. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots, but only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding? No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little bit mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious that prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it? What? Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. I don't confront her. You probably shouldn't. Your Honor, the defense as the prosecutor would be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you alert or school child? I was so angry I lost my composure. Ms. Von Karma, would you like to explain yourself to this court? I felt this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth. How can you say that? If you want to see that badly, I'll submit it. Okay, second photo. Let's take a look. What's different? Well, the blood's on the different, not on the dress. The blood pattern's very much different. But what is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with the nervous amateur. I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I? Well, I feel like I'm fine with it being Maya is the thing. Like, I don't... This is weird. Yeah. The idea is that it's Maya in her converted form, but whatever. Person in the phone is clearly not defendant yet. Ha ha ha. There's no way he can raise an objection. Hope to live. Explain yourself. Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center visitor's room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and defendant Maya Fey during his visit. Maya Fey, but isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet, it is the truth. Maya Fey is in that state. She physically changes the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture cannot be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image now has been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person in this picture is not Maya? Well, I can, is the thing. Because the clothes are wrong. Your Honor, oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture arises a critical contradiction to the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture, then earn your keep. Why do you point out this? What is so strange? So, a couple things. The bullet hole's not there. So, that's the thing. Do I present the bullet hole, or do I just present on the blood? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the bullet hole not being there. Please direct your attention to the sleeve, but there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. But the blood is also wrong. Maybe the blood doesn't matter. I don't know. So if I'd point out the blood, it probably would not have counted, even though the blood was wrong. There's a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You'll most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a good look at Miss Von Karma's face. Arg, she's got that condescending grin pleasure all over her face again. Tisk tisk, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean, and what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct had missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there's only one logical explanation for this contradiction. Ooh, I almost immediately clicked. The bullet hole is not... Yeah, the shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Guerrero is not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow, I mean, the defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess. I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Wow, I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now let me this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry and answer, Mr. Phoenix, right? Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix, right? I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? You turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before he broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left the room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you come up with. I think what happened before we force our way into the chilling chamber is... Well, a third person had entered it already. So, like, if the trunk isn't there, I guess we say Maya had left. Not let the challenge in the defense can prove this. You know, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolish dreams. Maya was being looked after by her Aunt Morgan Fay. The chance of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. I mean, is it the key? But it doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I mean, it's got to be what it is, because nothing else is even remotely close to it. And we've pointed out that this is like the key to the entire case. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, what of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right? Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Oh, so we're saying yes. Because Pearl found the key, that means that she had left at some point. Huh, well ain't that a kick. So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No. It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At one time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case, how is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix, right? I'm a prodigy, I've never lost a case. I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you, excuse me. I don't care what I have to do, I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you'd like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. So doing a second investigation, do I think I want to stop here for the day and then pick it up or maybe not tomorrow, but another day? I think that might be the way. It should trigger us to a save here in a second. If we're going to another investigation save or investigation phase, it'll probably trigger a save. Maybe we'll just stop there after 2.5 hours. I mean, it's not like I have something to do, but I kind of want to avoid going for. If there's another investigation trial phase, I don't want to and after the investigation phase, it'll be awkward when I pick it back up. And I don't want to go for 4 hours because then my throat's going to get rough. So we'll probably stop here once it makes a save. But wow, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. I mean, the case tomorrow is Morgan's going to end up being called and Enie's going to end up being called. Because those are the two important things, and we know that Enie is the actual killer. But okay, all right, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued. Okay, so there's gonna be the save point. Ooh, that's interesting. When I put my hands in front of my face and then go above my head, it makes me disappear and come back. Kind of funny. Okay, let's save. And then we'll end up loading from that. It's probably going to like force us into something here. All right, now we'd be able to quit. So we will. Doing this. Let me put myself in the middle. There we go. Oh, I mean, there's a frowny face there. Yeah, I think we will go ahead and call it there for today. I do feel like a little tickle in my throat. It does look then like we didn't have anybody stop in. Like I said, I'm not terribly expecting that too much. We're playing a game that people aren't actively going to be seeking out on Twitch. Even if people were seeking out like Phoenix Wright games, I think this is kind of one of the more lower regarded ones. Maybe, I don't even know. But I doubt people would actively be searching this out to watch it. Like I said, I kind of wanted it to be practice for me getting back into streaming, talking through things, forcibly reading, and then me having to talk through the logic, which in this case has gone very poorly because I've almost blown the entire thing, and I end up having to look up something to make sure I didn't blow it, because it's a little bit frustrating. Well, I understand what happened, and I know the final result. The little steps to take to get there, instead of just coming out and saying, "Hey, we know this happened, and all kinds of stuff." We have to be led there by the game and take the steps prior to getting there. And that's whatever that happens. But I mean, I'll probably be streaming again in probably not tomorrow, maybe in 2 or 3 days. We'll see. Not that anyone's necessarily watching right now, so if anyone is seeing this, it's the VOD, so you'd be able to just jump straight to the next VOD anyway, if you actually care about watching this. But yeah, if you are watching this as a VOD, I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you're watching this because you've seen my streams in the future and you really like them, and you're checking out some of the early streams, and hopefully you don't hate them too much. But yeah, more good practice. Not enjoying the game as much as I hoped I would, but I know this is a shorter one. I think there's only like 4 cases or 5 cases total. So the plan is still, my first streams are all going to be knocking this out, and then we're going to jump into stuff that I'm hoping will actually be able to pull in viewers. But thanks to anyone who has watched this. I really appreciate you guys taking your time to check it out. And that's about it. I still haven't come up with a potential like outro, a goodbye or anything like that. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.